Hey, so a question that's at the forefront for a lot of people is how long is this extenuating demand in Dubai vis-a-vis the Dubai real estate going to last? Is it a bubble? Is it going to come? Is it going to burst very soon? Is the demand going to slow down? Well, before we get to the answer, I always like to take my viewers, my fans, my subscribers on a journey to understanding how it is that we've reached this place. Understanding where you're coming from can sometimes give you a deeper understanding of where you're going. Now, obviously, if you're looking particularly to purchase a property right now or to sell a property at the moment, reach out to me. There's a link below. Me and my team would be very happy to help you. Obviously, hit the subscribe, like, and bell icon. It does something to the algorithm. Others who might find this video helpful will also be able to see it because YouTube will, it'll do something to the YouTube algorithm. The video guide that goes out and spreads awareness, okay? Show real first. All right, guys, welcome back. So to understand where we are in 2022, you have to kind of understand where we're coming from, right? This began back in 2020, okay, when we had the pandemic, okay? We all remember the pandemic, okay? So obviously there's something that nobody can actually forget. It's something that, you know, when the masks were a mandate, when the streets in Dubai were what you see that they were, right? The streets were empty. There was a pandemic on the roads. People were actually stuck at home, which actually made them to be, you know, you could say that being stuck at home kind of like had this pent-up demand, like emotionally, people were starting to feel more restricted, right? So we had like this 2 years of pandemic when a couple of things played a role, okay? Because of all this that was happening, money was being saved, money was not being spent, okay? Number one, people, because they were stuck at home, they had this pent-up demand for either consumption or investment, okay? And obviously emotions play a big role in that as well. What happened during the pandemic, okay? Something very unique happened during the pandemic, and that was, I'm gonna just make this a little bigger. That is trillions and trillions of dollars that were printed, okay? Trillions, I believe at the last count, it was $6 trillion that were printed during the entire pandemic. In the first couple of months alone, 2 trillion was printed and put into the market, okay? This was to kind of counter the adverse effects that were being played out because of you know, people staying at home, jobs being lost, so on and so forth. Now, all this money, guess where it went? It went into the market, okay? Obviously, it has no place to go, which is why we started seeing the stock market start rising even before the pandemic started ending or even before the vaccine started coming in, right? Something that you need to know that 2 trillion was the total money introduced into the world markets during the global financial crisis of 2008. I don't know if you remember this, but during the global financial crisis of 2008, $2 trillion was pumped into the market. In just the first few months of the pandemic, $2 trillion was pumped in. And then during the pandemic, or just as we had some kind of opening up on restrictions, we saw that people wanted to move to bigger houses, okay? Like, okay, my team's kind of like put a mansion over here, okay? But hey, what the hell? Let's consider a mansion to be it, okay? But people generally wanted to move to bigger houses, move to townhouses, so on and so forth. So we saw a pent-up demand in Dubai specifically, pushing prices on the villa end and the townhouses end up and up and up, okay? That's few things that you got to realize. Now, obviously, if you're looking to purchase a property today, please reach out to us. We'd be more than happy to help you with your property purchase. Now, what else happened specifically with Dubai? Dubai handled the pandemic very well. You know, we threw a grand party on New Year's Eve, okay? It was really good. A lot of fun came. A lot of people came, right? I remember 2020, 31st December. Okay, I don't know if this picture is specifically from there, but a grand party was thrown with all the necessary precautions in place, whereby the world and any tourists that were flying through Dubai realized that Dubai not only was handling the pandemic very well, but was equipped to face the challenges that might come afterwards, okay? Now, the other thing that, couple that with the rise in the Bitcoin price, okay? So that's the Bitcoin over there. Bitcoin caused a lot of people to actually have a lot of money. We saw a lot of their money flow into Dubai. I'm not going to tell you that it did not. Yes, I've seen Bitcoin millionaires buy mansions worth $10 million per se, okay? That's something that I've actually seen personally myself. More recently, we've got the situation which is everybody knows that it's a sad situation, but you know, it's the Ukraine situation and the Russian situation that's causing a lot of money to again flow to Turkey, to Dubai, so on and so forth, right? All of this has been pumping Dubai market towards, I'm not going to say to levels not seen before because we haven't risen like this, but still the prices are going up, okay? So you got to understand, right after the pandemic, all the money that was flowing into the market and thereafter has caused prices and demand to go up because Dubai is one of those places where people want to move into, okay? So what happens, okay? There's a couple of things going around in the market. Some people are saying that by 2023 or by 2026, the bubble starts bursting, okay? Now, at the present moment, what's happening is the vaccine euphoria that we had with regards to the vaccines hitting the market, that's kind of like dying down, okay? It's kind of like, okay, they're there, pandemic's kind of gone. So the exuberance that was injected in the market is kind of like, you know, tapering off, okay? If the Russians are bringing in money and capital for investments, look, I think there's still issues with that money flowing into the market. There's restrictions around the world, in the globe, in the global banking system. So that's not going to pump the market further because anybody who had access to liquid cash already brought it in. Bitcoin's kind of reset itself to its new low. Sorry, I don't know a lot about Bitcoin, so I'm not going to make more comments, except that I do know that the price has almost gone down lower than half, right? That's definitely going to affect a lot of people. But one thing I do know is that interest rates, okay, interest rates have gone up, okay? Now, generally speaking, the world markets, when there is interest rates hikes, it's difficult for you to borrow money. So it's difficult to service the debts that you've taken on in terms of against any assets that you've already invested in. So the liquidity squeeze that's being felt in Europe and Canada at the moment, because housing prices that were going up like this in Toronto are now starting to go up like this. They're not going up at the same level. That comes generally to Dubai. So I would say about 1.5 years to 2 years, Dubai starts feeling it as well. But there are people who are saying, hey, not until 2026. My thing to you is, doesn't matter. If you've purchased something which is value, which means the location's good, the price is good, the rental income's good, the capital appreciation is there, the infrastructure around that area is coming around well, and you can actually service the property. So the property is not a liability for you, which means you've not taken more debt from the bank, which means that you can actually just survive any corrections that could happen in the market, which means that you don't need to actually sell it. You're going to be a star okay, all right? Because value, as I always tell people, is not about just the particular property. You got to make sure that it's value for you, because if a property is great, but you can't service it, right? If you end up buying, let's say, a Mercedes, but you don't have enough money to actually fuel that Mercedes to go around town, it's not value for you. You're better off with the Toyota, right? So similarly with that property, if it's value and you can service it and you can hold it, you're going to be okay. So regardless of which ways the market swings or the bubble bursts or it doesn't burst, if you've invested in value, you're going to be okay. Now, if you want to invest in value, you've not already purchased, then look, reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to do this. Links below. If you're a buyer or a seller, we'd be happy to do that. Last but not the least, hit the like, subscribe, and bell icon. It does something to the algorithm. This video can then go to other people who might be interested in Dubai real estate or in general information about real estate. All right, ciao for now. Hey guys, thank you for watching the video. I hope you liked it. My name is Fahd Dawood. I've been doing this for 15 plus years. I started in Toronto, Canada in 2006, and since 2007 I've been based in Dubai and doing real estate in Dubai. Look, if you're looking to work with me, there's a form below and my mobile number. I do paid consulting. You can also get help from my team for services. If you like the video, press the like button, press the subscribe and the bell icon, and share it with your friends who you feel would be able to benefit from the content of this video. Last but not the least, I'll repeat, me and my team's role is always going to be to help and select the best property for you. Your role will be to invest in that property, and we will in turn invest in your life and your future. Bye for now.